Welcome back. The next section of the TaxWise world-class tax software training that we're going to discuss is the navigation menu and how you can move around inside the tax software so that you'll know how to find all of the things that you need to find. The explanation of the software menu is very simple, and this will be a very short segment. Again, welcome to our tax school. We appreciate the fact that you are trusting us with your tax education training and your tax software training that is brought to you by Milton Tax and GBC Worldwide Financial. I'm your instructor, Dr. Gino Bradley. First, we're going to go ahead and log back in. My information is preset, so all I have to do is click I'm not a robot. And now that we're in, let's take a look at some of the menu items. This is your dashboard. This is the first place that you'll come and see when you first get into the tax software. And it'll give you an option to take you to the latest tax year. Because we just finished doing tax year 17, it automatically brings me to tax year 17. So if I click on tax returns, it'll take me to a list of all of my tax returns. If I want to go and take a look at e-filing, it'll take a look at the ones that have been e-filed and that I need to go ahead and submit. This button will take you to your reports. If you want to start a new return, all you have to do is go ahead and click here on New Return. Or you can go into your list of tax returns and click the New Return button there when you're looking at your list of tax returns. If you want to open a tax return that's already in process, you can click Open Return. If you want to check the status of one of your returns, you can do Check Return Status here. For those of you that are going to be printing checks, you can log into that from here. If you want to print all of your accepted returns, you can click here. Now, these buttons down here is what take you to the prior year software. While I was working on my 2017 clients, from time to time we would find out that one of our clients had not filed their 2016 tax return yet. So if you wanted to go to the 2016 tax software, you can go here. And if you wanted to go to the 15 software, you could go right here. So this is the main menu that you're going to be using as a tax preparer. The other settings that you need to think about as a part of your menu are going to be clicking on your own name and editing your settings. You can edit your settings right here, and this is where you go to put in your information as a tax preparer, your name, address, your PTIN, and all of the other information. When you click on your general settings, this is where you set up all of your settings information for you as a tax preparer. You can also manage your users. If you are one of the tax preparers that are purchasing software and you're running your own company, if you have to have additional users, you can add those users here. Partner verification is how you log into and verify your information for our other products and services like Audit Protection Plus. This is where you set up your return templates, and this is where you can do very easy things and great things like set your pricing. You can set up what kind of forms that you want to automatically show up. For example, if you want to automatically have a W-2 show up for every tax return, you can do that here. Or if you want to schedule C to show up for every tax return, you can do that here. But you can also create different templates. So in case you're dealing with a different kind of tax return, you can go into one template or the other. My advice is to set up one template and use one standard template. It'll make your life a whole lot easier. This is where you set up your client letter templates. You've seen those letters in all the tax software that shows, hi, GBC Worldwide Financial or Milton Tax has prepared your tax return. Here are your basic results. Here is your refund. And your tax return is going to be e-filed on your behalf, etc., etc. And this also is where you edit your send settings. So those are the main settings in the menu that you want to take a look at. There are another set of settings that I'll show you very briefly, but I won't go into detail because we're going to cover this in another video. This is our tax program help button, and you can click here and take it to program help, and then you'll come to a place where you can ask more questions by clicking the search button. You can click the search button here, for example, if you want to take a look at what's the business code for a particular type of business. You're doing a tax return for somebody that owns a hair salon, or he's a barber. I'm going to type in principal business activity codes, or you can just type in business codes. Now, all this information is also available at irs.gov. But if you want to use our software for it, you can just go right in here. You have business codes in Spanish. And look, codes for principal business activity. If you're doing a Schedule C, you definitely want to go ahead and click here. And it's going to bring up a whole list of all of the principal business activity codes for every different kind of business. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hit Control F to open up a search box. You can see I was looking for an automotive business once before because it still shows it there. I'm going to type in hair salon and I'm going to search it. That didn't pull up anything, so let's look up salon. And look, it highlights right here, beauty salon. And the business code for that Schedule C, we're doing a tax return for that client, and the business code would be 812112. I'll show you a little bit more in a segment where we're covering Schedule Cs so you can show you where that information goes. But more importantly, it's really all about showing you that you can actually search for information using our search box here. Let's just say we want to take a look at another search. Let's look up the earned income tax. Let's look up a form number or anything that we want to look up. Look up Form 2441, and it'll take you and give you information on child and dependent care. Tell you lots of information that you need to know. Let's take a look at looking for something else. Let's take a look at 8867. Paid prepares earned income credit checklist, and it'll tell you what the purpose of the form is. You can click and go to more information as well. Let's take a look at the EIC worksheet. It'll tell you that you need to read and answer the questions. So this is all very simple. Let's look up itemized deductions. Schedule A, itemized deductions. We click right here and it gives you a full training on everything that you need to know, and you can read all of this information. And all of this happened just by clicking on this button right here that says questions. Clicking on the button for questions is what got you all the way through there. So this has been your video training segment on understanding the menu of the TaxWise Tax Software, our world-class tax software offered by Milton Tax and GBC Worldwide Financial will make sure that you have everything you need to know so that you can properly serve your clients and do an outstanding job this tax season. Again, I'm your guest instructor, Dr. Gino Bradley. Feel free to look me up on Facebook and Instagram if you have questions, because I am here to help.